Just 2 weeks ago, Hurricane Helene tragically claimed over 200 lives in the U.S. Now, the destruction caused by an even more powerful storm, Hurricane Milton, has left many speechless. But what are hurricanes exactly? What triggers them? And is there really a link to climate change? Today, we're breaking it all down. Whether you're recovering from Milton or just curious about these megastorms, stick around as we explore this, without the heavy science jargon that might make it tough to understand what they are and how they form. First off, hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones are all the same type of storm. They just go by different names depending on where they form. In the Atlantic and Eastern Pacific, we call them hurricanes. But in the Western Pacific, like around Japan, they're known as typhoons. And in the Indian Ocean, they're called cyclones. But whatever the name, they're all the same beast. Huge rotating storm systems fueled by the power of warm ocean water. The hotter the ocean, the more energy these storms have to grow, which explains why they usually form in late summer, when sea temperatures are at their highest. So, how do these storms form? Well, tropical storms need 4 key ingredients to get going. And I must warn you that this is where it usually gets a bit technical, but I promise to keep it simple. First, you need warm ocean water, typically above 27 degrees Celsius. Second, lots of moisture in the air. Third, low vertical wind shear, which means winds aren't changing too much as they rise. In other words, the wind at ground level should be similar in strength and direction to the wind higher up. And fourth, you need a pre-existing disturbance, like a cluster of thunderstorms to kickstart the process. Now that we have the ingredients, let's break it down step by step. In late summer, when the ocean is at its warmest, imagine warm air rising from the ocean. This creates an area of low pressure, allowing more air to rush in to fill the gap. That's how the initial wind is created. Next, the rising air brings moisture with it, and as the air cools, it condenses into storm clouds, building what we call the eye wall, the most intense part of the storm. As the air cools further, it begins to sink back down, creating an eerie calm in the center, known as the eye. Finally, the spin of the Earth comes into play, causing the storm to rotate, moving from east to west, growing in size and strength. Now, this is where it gets controversial. Some argue that we can't blame hurricanes on climate change, and to be fair, they're right. Climate change doesn't create hurricanes out of thin air. But here's the thing, it could be making them much, much worse. Let's talk facts. As you can see in this plot, Earth's temperature has been increasing due to rising levels of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, which trap heat, causing the planet to warm up. Warmer air holds more moisture, about 7% more water vapor for every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. More moisture means heavier rainfall, and when you add warmer oceans into the mix, it's like supercharging a tropical storm. So, I think it's easy to join the dots here. Hotter Earth, warmer oceans, more water, more energy, and bigger storms in more places. So, even if we can't say climate change causes hurricanes, we can all agree it definitely creates the perfect conditions for more destructive ones. Rising sea levels, warmer waters, and more moisture in the atmosphere all add up to stronger, more catastrophic storms. We can't stop hurricanes, but we can influence how powerful they become by addressing climate change. Scientists are warning that without action, we'll see more intense hurricanes with greater frequency, storms that bring more rain, higher winds, and more devastation. Whether it's reducing our carbon footprint or investing in climate resilience, there's a lot we can do to slow down this trend. The next time you hear about hurricanes like Milton, remember, it's not just nature, it's the planet fighting back, and we're part of the equation. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more eco-content. And in the comments below, let me know what you think. Do you believe climate change is making hurricanes worse? Let's get the conversation going.